Week 3. Still missing my partner. But week 3, we're back. I've been consistent. This week tried taking me out, but it doesn't matter. I'm still here. We strong. We going strong. Last week I was blessed with Matt because they didn't have me talk to myself. This week, look who I got. Look who I got.
What's up, y'all?
I got the main guy.
Thank you.
It's the boss.
Nah,
See, the boss with the boss. That's just how we're going to roll today.
Let's go.
See?
They finally get to see the cameraman.
The guys, gentlemen, distinguished gentlemen, as you call yourselves. This is the cameraman.
Okay.
This is the cameraman that you guys give all those props to. And when he doesn't understand the assignment, apparently, this is him.
Yo, y'all be coming at my life. Be coming at my
God forbid
life.
we put food. God forbid we put pizza.
Yo, but isn't it crazy how the algorithm just knows? Like, I'll just try to trick it, and I'll be like, you know what, we're going to put a food one. And they're like, nah.
And then you guys be coming at me crazy. Crazy. But this is the cameraman. He's got to do the food, you know? I'm sorry, guys, but at the end of the day, it's food that we're selling.
You know what's funny, though, actually, because Deanna went and she got some shots. So they didn't know the difference if it was me or her. One of the last videos, they were like, "Oh, the cameraman came in clutch." Like, no, camera woman for this one.
Crazy. They're crazy. Some are normal, some are crazy. So, but you know what? This is the world that we live in.
Have you gotten any of the wild ones at the restaurant yet?
No, the ones who come into the restaurant are actually crazy respectful, and they're really cool. They're down to earth. I had a guy come in. I wish I remembered his screen name, but I don't. He came in Tuesday. He like drives a truck. He does sets. They were like filming a movie or some shit. And he said that this was the second time here. He's like, what brought me the first time was like social media. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Real respectful, real cool. Most of the people that come in are crazy cool. And they'll say like, oh, I saw you on Facebook. I saw you on Instagram. Awesome. It's the ones that are in the comments that got a lot to say, but behind a screen.
No, but I think a lot of people, though, I think even if you're probably seeing some of the crazy ones in store.
The thing
but they're
is,
just not gonna, they're not going to act crazy.
I guess. I mean, thank God. I don't need any like stage 4 clinger stalker. I don't need that. I got enough going on in my life to not need that. But I have to say, the ones who come to the store are really cool. They're like cool, like down to earth people. Like, and I'm, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to talk to anyone because it's my business and they're coming in and you're actually, you know, visiting my store, purchasing from it. Like, I respect that. But no, I haven't gotten any crazies. I have crazy people calling. That's a whole nother thing. Like, calling, are you single? Calling, talking about like things that they don't need to talk. Crazy thing is, Tyra refers to herself as my wife. Don't ask why, but she's the wife of she's Napoli's wife. Don't get her on the phone because she will curse you out. She'll just curse you out. So a couple times she's gotten it and she gets so mad about it. I got Steamboat Springs, Colorado calling me. I don't know who that is. She gets so mad about it. So if you guys get me, I kind of laugh it off, or I'll just be like, listen, it's a business. I'm busy, and I'll hang up. But you get her, it's over for you. Over.
Yo, I called the other day. She was rapping. I was like, nah, you got to do that for every customer.
She's out of her mind.
You got to have her do that for every customer. I think the reviews will go up.
She's really out of her mind. The other day I wasn't feeling well. So she came in, she was going to get her nails done. And she came in and she's like, I was like, not feeling well. And I'm like, can you go across the street to Walgreens and get me this? And she's like, yeah. So she comes back with this stuffed animal that's shaped as a slice of pizza. And it says, you want a pizza, my heart. When I tell you, she was so excited to give me this. And she put the bottle of medicine that I needed in like its hands. She was so excited. I took the medicine. I'm like, what the hell is this? She's like, wow, you're just such a man.
Nah, that was an awesome gift though.
I said, I don't feel good. Just give me the medicine. She's like, I was so excited when I saw that. She's
Yo, it was a blessing we found her.
yeah, yeah. All over a book bag.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Let's go. Let's go.
All over a good book bag. And now she's part of my ribs.
She's trapped.
Yeah.
She's trapped. That's it. She's here.
She's my rib.
Okay. So what I want to know, does your mom know about the whole social media craziness that's been going on?
My mom is big on TikTok. My mom's 78 years old, and she knows more about TikTok than probably any of us do. But she sees, like, she doesn't read a lot of the comments. I don't think she understands them neither. But
I would
she
love.
sees.
I would love. We need a video of her
But
reacting.
I always tell her, because we always play with her, like, oh, you're gonna look for a boyfriend. Whatever. I said, let me tell you something. I put you one day on my TikTok. We do a video with you one day. You'll get date offers out of the woodwork. So she starts laughing about it, but I don't think she understands the extent of them. But yeah,
I think we got her like one day if I catch her.
Tell her she don't like to be on camera. She talks hella shit, but not on camera.
I got her a couple times on a Friday. Very little.
Camera makes her shy.
Is she still there on Friday mornings?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop in.
You gotta come in. Friday morning is an interesting combination of the people who were. It's me, JoJo, Rydell. We're the normal ones, and then there's my mom and Gino. That's just the whole. Gino, by the way, is the original owner of the pizzeria.
Original.
Original. He is the one who started it all. And then it was him and his brother-in-law and his sister. And then they bought him out. And then we bought my aunt and uncle out. So It's kind of crazy. But he is the original. So a lot of times, like, the original customers who are like, oh, I know Gino this. And I'm like, sir, I know Gino too for 30 years now.
What year did he?
1974, the year I was born.
That's when he opened it? Was it a pizza? Like,
started on Garibaldi Avenue. It was probably the size of our kitchen.
On Garibaldi?
Yeah.
Where on Garibaldi?
Small. I don't know. So all I know is started on Garibaldi. They said the size of it was probably, the whole pizzeria was like the size of our kitchen. And then they moved to where we are, and it's been there since.
Wow. Legend. We gotta get mom on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, she gets nervous. You know what it is? She got that heavy, she has a heavy accent. She's from Italy. She speaks good English, but she's got an accent, so she gets like real shy when you put her in front of a camera. Take her off the camera, the mouth is a little crazy. But
I'm gonna assign JoJo. Shout out to JoJo. I'm gonna just say when he's in the house one day and she's just cooking.
We tell her that all the time. We gotta, especially like Monday dinners by us are like a big thing. The thing is, like, when my brother was alive, he used to also DJ on the weekends. He used to do like weddings, stuff like that. So, and I'm in the pizzeria business clearly, so I don't really have off on Sundays. So Monday was our Sunday dinner, and Mondays just remained. My brother passed. It just always stuck. Monday nights is our dinner. So we really can't make plans on Monday because she gets really upset. So it's like me, my kids, my nephew, like my mom. Like, we eat dinner together every Monday. So we always say, like, because some of the stuff that she comes out with, I'm like, you got to have a camera on her 24/7.
All the time.
Because she don't care what she says. She don't care.
Is there any content out there with that generation? Maybe Ramon knows. Is there any content out there? Any like reality shows? Anything with that generation?
That 70, 67-year-old pups.
People that don't care what they're saying.
Yeah. It should be.
Other than politicians, I know that's your bag. That's your bag. Other than that,
there should be.
I mean, I mean, when you have the coming out of the White House, why would you watch anything else?
I mean, I think there comes a level when you reach a certain age, you don't give a shit what comes out your mouth.
Yeah.
And people, in fact, it embraces like a reaction. It's like, oh, he's old.
Yeah. But that's what happens. You give them that pass because they're older. What are you going to say to them?
Or they don't say anything at all. It was one of my. I'm a big Seinfeld fan. A lot
I
of
used to
people
like
that don't like
Seinfeld.
him, and he did a stand up not too long ago. It was just really funny. He was like, you get to the age, like you get in your 50s, it's like if you don't want to do something, you'd be like, nah, nah, nah. He's like, I can't wait till I get to my 70s. I won't have to say anything at all. You just wave.
Yeah. No, like let me tell you something, and I think we spoke about this last week on the pod with Matt. He was like we were talking about the comments, and I said honestly, I don't care what like I'm so beyond what people say. I don't care. Like on like I don't I know some of the comments aren't warranted. So I don't care what you say. Like it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. Like I don't take them to heart where I'm losing sleep over them, where I feel I need to defend myself, where I need to um comment back or go back and forth with someone. But that came with age. Cause like I said, I'm 50 and that came with age. Cause back in the day, I would have defended myself. I would have had to prove myself. For what? Like, for what?
What's up?
You're 50.
Yeah.
Girl,
I'm gonna be 51 in June. Please.
Look, she came out and everything. She was like, came out the back room, like, wait a minute.
Clock it.
Yes, I'm 50. I'll be 51. But I think that comes with age. You just stop caring. So like Matt asked me, what would I tell my younger self? Like, listen, the shit that I used to think was monumental back then is like absolutely the things that like when you're in school or high school or whatever, like and all of that, and you really like let this stuff affect you. If you really realize like 5 or 10 years down the road, those things are so irrelevant.
But do you think, because I was actually just talking with Desiree a little before on the phone about like what me and you were talking about yesterday via text.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Do you think
And
that
I was
has,
talking to that again to actually my mom this morning.
do you think that has a lot to do with it though too? Like I
think
guess people don't know what we were talking about just like kind of being
I
numb
think
to.
that has something to do with it. But I also think like what you think is so like you so important as you get older, you realize like that's irrelevant. What we were talking about, because we don't want to keep anybody in suspense, what we were talking about is not so much death, but when you experience loss and how whatever kind of loss you're experiencing, but loss that's like really close to you, loss that kind of came out of nowhere, loss that was unexpected, a piece like like trauma definitely comes after that. And I think that's where that numbness comes from. It's trauma because you kind of block it.
Because I also think it's like me and you've talked in the past too about similarities with certain family members in our lives that have had ongoing situations that cause trauma, right?
Correct.
I think when you like just deal with that for a certain period of time,
You become like a wall comes up, like you become cold, you don't attach emotion to it anymore because I don't think you can actually feel any emotion to it anymore. I recently had a death in our family, like literally yesterday. And I said mentally, I actually even had a death like 4 months ago. My mom's brother died, my uncle passed. But again, same thing. Like mentally, I can process that that death is sad, and it's sad, and it's, death sucks. It's part of life, but it sucks, and it's hurtful, and it hurts, and all of that. Mentally, I can process that. Emotionally, I cannot feel it. And the last death that I felt was my brother 5 years ago, and that felt like my world was crumbling. I didn't even know how to even process it mentally. But after that, because I lost my dad like unexpectedly. I lost my kid's father unexpectedly, and I lost my brother unexpectedly. So each loss, I think, made me so numb that even like when I want to feel like grieving or emotions for someone who passed, I physically and emotionally cannot feel anything. And sometimes I'm like, yo, I'm fucked up. Like, what is wrong with me? But I think it's like I think your body literally shuts down. Like it
Yeah.
shuts down emotion. I don't think
Yeah.
that's healthy for us, but
Mm.
it definitely shuts you down. And it's like you want to feel it, but it's like you can't. You mentally can process it, but you emotionally cannot process it. And I think
Yeah.
that does come with traumatic situations that happen, and especially if you experience these traumatic experiences when you're young, you don't process them. You do not process them.
Yeah.
I thought I when my father passed, I was 15 years old. Like a normal 15-year-old, you just think like like you got this, or like it's not going to affect you the way that you would think it's going to affect you. That shit affects you. That shit just creeps up on you when you're in like your 20s and your 30s, and you start realizing like, wow, I'm like really experiencing life without this person. This person's been out of my life more than they've been in my life. And then you start realizing the effects that their death really had on your life. But I don't think you process that until you're older.
Mm.
And when you think like when you actually have to realize like this is
This
it.
is
I
it.
don't think as kids like my kids experience loss at a young age as well, and I still don't think they're processing it the way that they're going to process it as they get older, as they start becoming parents and they have kids and they have a husband or a wife. You know what I mean? I don't think they're processing that.
Mm. Yeah, it's actually super interesting when you think about like loss and stuff. Actually, that's one thing I think about often. Like even with like I know people who have had a lot of trauma early on, and then you see them live a certain life, and then you see the other ones that haven't. Like, there's a lot of people that I've been very close with. I'm like, wow, when something hits them,
They're
they
gonna,
they get smacked in the face
yeah,
because it's just crazy. Like literally, you could have, and that's the one thing. Like I always say a lot that like we're very very similar as much as we think we're different. But that is one thing I think that's so major. Like you could literally have someone that's
absolutely.
had a lot of loss at a young age, and then you kind of get numb, or you react to it how you react to
Absolutely.
it.
And then you see people
But
who
no,
don't experience loss until they're later in life, and normal loss because eventually you're going to lose a parent or a grandparent, and it's like they are devastated with that, as you should, as you should be. Like loss is loss and no one's judging what, but it's like you don't realize how lucky you are that you were able to spend all these years with that person, and that person was able to be a literal part of your life. And yeah, there's
yes,
people that I know that are like older and really still have like their nuclear family and everything.
yeah.
And it's like, and I don't wish that on them. Clearly this is what my path is, and this is where God decided what my path was. But when you think about it, like that is to experience that loss so late in life, it definitely affects you differently.
I think it's wild just in overall just growth and how people live their life. Like there are some people who I literally say I'm like nah, like they just because they haven't
They're in a
had that.
bubble.
It's just they
They're kind of in a bubble, and it's like sometimes I'm just like I love you, God, and all, and I get you, like, and I get we all have our path, but share the share it a little bit sometimes. Why
yeah.
giving it to all like sometimes like life is heavy.
But it's all for a reason. I always say they
Ay,
give the heaviest battles to you know.
I guess so. Like, yeah, but sometimes I'm just like, Lord, like
And we all have
a
our
little
thing though.
heavy.
We all have our like I say we all have our sad story.
Of course, we all have a
Everyone.
story. Like even people that you look like who might look like they have their life all together, they got a story. We all got a story.
Yeah.
Like all of us. You have no idea what that person's story is. You don't have any idea what that person's loss was. You don't have any idea what that person goes through in their own in
Yeah.
their own mental state and their own
You
emotional
you
state.
probably deal you have probably gotten well. Do you think actually doing what you do? Because we actually joke about it a lot. It's actually the reason why the name of this podcast is what it is
Because
like
everyone
Connie and
tells me
Tyra's
they're
Diner.
everyone.
So like, do you feel like you realized that before working in? I mean, how old were you when you started?
22.
So do you feel like just you doing now what you do, you started to realize more
Well,
and
that's
more?
what my degree is in, just for the record. My degree is in psychology and sociology. I'm using it at Napoli, but that's a whole nother thing. Um,
Like, yeah, did you
I
start
have
like
always
interacting with customers and
no,
starting to
I have
realize?
always been the type of person that everyone comes to with their problems, or just to tell me their problems, or just to vent to me, or just to like. I guess I have an um like that open, and I'm known to be like a bit I'm known, like people are like, oh, you look mean, but like I might look mean, but then everybody be dumping their stuff on me, so I clearly don't look that mean. I guess I'm welcoming to a certain extent, like I guess because I literally try to relate to what everyone is telling me, like, because in that story, whether I can relate to it 100%, there's something in that story that person's telling me. There's some emotion there that I can relate to. So I think that's what keeps me grounded. It keeps me down to earth, and it keeps people like wanting to tell me. I forgot what it was the other day that someone just started telling me some crazy stuff, and I said to Giovanni, like, did I look like I needed to hear any of that? But you know what? If it made you happy, it made you happy.
Do you think though it made you realize, wow, we all really got something
We all
going
got a
on?
story. We all got a
When do you
story.
think that hit?
Um, I used to think like as a kid, and then like once my dad passed, and it was just like me, my mom, my brother. My brother like got into like crazy situations, and it used to be like, especially like I'm from an Italian family, and all that shit definitely tries to get hidden, right? But as you start getting older and you start realizing like we were hiding the most dumb shit, because everybody's like every family has their situations. But like growing up the way we did, everything had to be really hush hush. As I started getting older, and then as I started going through my own issues, in like once I separated with John, and we had issues, and then he had issues, and as life was happening, that's when I literally started realizing like ain't nobody concerned about what's going on in my life. Ain't nobody concerned with how fucked up or how not messed up our life is. Why am I giving this so much? Because you really just start realizing like everyone has a story, and everyone has some kind of dysfunction. As normal as someone
Yeah.
might seem, as picture perfect as a home might seem, as a family might seem, as whatever, there's a story there.
Hmm.
And as you get older, and that's what I said about earlier with that older thing, as you get older, you just start realizing like we're all messed up. All of us.
Yeah.
Every single one of us. There's not one of
Yeah.
us that ain't got shit wrong with
We got a lot going on.
us. For real.
What about now? I guess to switch gears a little bit. Everyone that's, because this is also the podcast, they get to hear you more long form now, right? So all these people, everyone want to be business owners, and everyone want to maybe open up a restaurant and do that. Like, now you've been in the game.
Don't do it. We were talking about this last week on with Matt. Like everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. My advice to you is, if you really want to do it, do not quit, do not give up, but understand that it's going to drag you through the mud at certain points. Like you're going to question your own sanity as to why am I still doing this? And there's going to be many failures, there's going to be like many like, yo, what am I doing? But if it's something you truly with your heart want to do, like do it, but it's not for the weak. And I
Mm.
don't care what anybody tells me.
For you at the restaurant, when was like that moment you were almost literally very close to just wrapping it up and going back to
Every
something else?
day.
Nah, but like,
All right,
what's
so
the like
last
a
week
the real like a real like you were almost close to really throwing in
I
the
have
towel?
this a lot of times, because at the end of the day, the pizzeria was not my choice of business. But life threw me in there, and I stuck with it, okay? But last week I literally had a situation, And it wasn't even a pizzeria situation. I just had like a mini breakdown. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I am so tired of like dodging bullets and coming from the freaking trenches and having to like come up and then come down again and then come up and then come down again. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want this anymore. And like the person I was talking to was like, you're just upset. Like, you're like, you got like, you've been through this before. And I'm like, exactly. Exactly. I've been through this too many times. I don't want to keep doing this. And they're like, but okay, so what do you want to do? That was the question that stunned me. I'm like, I don't know, but it's not this. It's like, okay, that's fine. So what do you want to do? So what's your game plan? Okay, no problem. You don't want to do this no more. What do you want to do? What's your next plan? I said, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit home and I don't want to do anything. And I just want to be like taken care of and me not having to figure shit out at one point. And they're like, you're never going to do that. Like, that's not who you are. I'm like, well, it's going to be who I am because I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I had my brat moment and then I had to understand, like, all right, it was a bad day. It wasn't even a bad day. It was a bad moment. And we're going to move on to the next time. But I have those a lot because it seems like you're it's like things are good, right? And then like things start going like this, right? And then you're just like, all right, it's life, whatever. And then sometimes you're like so down and you're like, all right, yes, I've been there before, but I don't want to keep going there. So what is it that I'm doing that keeps getting me going there? But then I'm just like, it's life. Like life's happening around us. So it's not just a me thing, but sometimes you just get tired of like digging yourself out of the hole. But it's life.
Who do you go to in those moments? Like,
No
who
one.
has
And
been?
that's probably where the issue is. I
Who's,
don't
yeah,
have a
but
person.
who's been the business mentor or?
I don't have one. I have a number that's called me back 3 times that says scam likely. Like I'm gonna answer. Um, I don't have one. Like I have. Here's the thing. Like I'm a figure it out type of person. So I don't have like that person that I'll vent sometimes, but it's like for me to actually sit down and be like, hey, so this is what's going on, and this is what's going on. Is I don't do that.
Hmm.
Like I'll just try and keep going and figure it out. And I think that's part of it's kind of like part of the problem because you do need someone to help you figure it out. It's like then you talk to other people in the business and they're all going through the same things, but it's like that don't make me feel better. Like I'm a very like, how am I figuring this out? Either I'm like so frozen where I don't want to deal with nothing, or I'm just like so in go mode that I'm just gonna try and figure it out. And the thing is with being an entrepreneur and in your own business, like it's all you. It's all you. I don't care how many employees you have. I don't care what you're doing. At the end of the day, it's all you. It's all on your shoulders.
Mm.
If you're drowning, like you're going to have to figure out how you're saving, like how you're going to save yourself. And that's not for everyone.
Mm.
And it's okay. Like it's okay. If it's not for you, it's okay. Yeah. Work for someone. There is nothing wrong with working for someone. There is nothing wrong with any of that.
I tell people all the time I actually don't recommend it.
I
don't.
Do not recommend when people talk to me about a business. I'm like, restaurant? Why? 5 times. 5 spam
You might
calls.
have to get them on the. Maybe they know you're recording.
Yeah, like 5 spam calls in a row.
You should like answer on speaker.
Be like,
Yeah.
and they're gonna ask me,
Let them give them the business.
like, jeez.
Yeah, let them know. Let them
stop
know.
calling me. Like, look.
They be Googling and finding her number.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, like so.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
Speaking of that, I had a message today. I'm still in love with you. Will always be. You're always my girl. I'm like, who's this?
Comments are insane, Ramon.
I don't have Don't have the phone number saved.
Good pizza, huh?
I guess so. I got, hey, is this Connie? And I'll be like, yeah. Let's read another one.
Yeah, read
This
them.
is so off topic, but these are sometimes
go.
messages that I wake up to. I get calls at 5 a.m, no caller ID. Like, why are you calling me? But anyway, let's see. There was a few last week and I had to shut them down, but let's see.
I'm gonna go through the comments. I'm gonna pull them up too. Ramon, you should pull up the Instagram. Look at the comments. It's insane.
Let's see. Sorry, because I have a lot of non-saved numbers that.
Someone just wrote, you could tell she got a type.
What is the type?
Oh, okay, type. Sorry.
So what's the type? All right. So we got this. Hi there. I'm like, who is this? Then they give me their name. I'm like, wrong number. They're asking me, who are you? You're calling my phone. You're texting me. I said, first you're texting me. Not sure why, because I don't have your number saved. Therefore, I know you wouldn't have my number. Oh, my apologies. I was just looking for someone, wasn't sure if it was the right person. I found this number and someone told me you're the owner of Napoli. Are you not? You found my number. Where'd you find it? I said again, if I gave you my number myself, then you warrant a conversation. But you can't just think it's okay to text someone you don't know. My apologies. I'll leave you alone. I just want to say that I enjoyed your pizza. Thank you. Appreciate it. No problem. You're correct. I shouldn't have done that. I deeply apologize. It's just I found you a phenomenal person. Same with your pizza. You never see too many pizza places owned by a woman. Now, it's flattering. Thank you. But you can't just find my number and think it's okay to text me. Like, you can't do that. Sorry. God, I don't do that to you. Let's see another one. Hold on. Okay. This is, hello, this is such and such. I'm like, wrong number. Okay, sorry. All right, we left that one on that one. All right. Then we have, okay. Is this Connie? I'm like, who is this? It said the name. I visited your pizza place recently and I thought it was great. Someone shared your number with me. Just wanted to say hi and connect. Hope I'm not bothering you. Said, appreciate you visiting the pizza shop. But if I didn't share my number with you, I think it's not a good idea to message me. Me at work is one thing and me at home is another. My apologies. I'll leave you alone. Just want to say I enjoyed the pizza. Also that you're a strong woman and I admire that. Like, it's nice, but you could send that on a Facebook message or on an Instagram message. I appreciate it, but you can't just think that's okay. It's not okay. Like, am I crazy?
All right, so how about
Like, am I crazy?
how about you tell them how should they be writing?
First, some of the comments that you. All right. I'm 50, people. Do you think you telling me about how I look or
Yeah, educate these people, Con. Come on, educate
like,
these. Let 'em
I'm
know.
50. That doesn't mean I'm ancient, but you're gonna definitely have to give me a lot more game than you look good or your body is this or and especially that, because that's a turn off. And if that's a turn on to any female, more power to you. But that's a turn off because A, I'm definitely more than what I look like. B, I'm more than my body. C, I'm more than just a owner of a business. I'm more than that. And if you don't want to figure out who that is, you don't deserve my time.
I have a suggestion.
Go ahead.
In your bio on Instagram, you should say, I have a degree in psychology.
Yeah. Like, first.
Because that dude is going to have like a cold smell. Like, oh, hold on.
Then this is the worst one of them. I get men who think sending me pictures of their body parts
That's insane.
is going to get me to want to respond to you. I'm 50. I'm not a kid. First of all, when I was a kid, that didn't impress me. So what would make you think at 50, that's going to get you in the door? That's going to get your foot in the door. Like, that's unattractive. And stop doing that. Stop doing that to females because that's completely unattractive. Like, for me, forget about it. Like, you got no. I had somebody send me that picture. Was like, hey, I saw you on Hinge or Tinder or what. I don't know because I'm not on any dating app, so I don't know what the date. And then it was like in the middle of the morning. It was like 5 a.m. Clearly, I'm not answering that, right? So I wake up to that, and then they follow it with because I didn't say anything. You're fat anyway. You're messaging me with a picture of your private parts. Who's talking to you?
Children too.
What is that? Yes. So if you guys think this is easy, it's not. I'm built strong where I don't even pay stuff like that mind, but you're not going to get a woman of any type of caliber or class, but then they want to be talking about women not being classy, this and that. But like, if you're coming that way, what are you getting? Like, I wouldn't want that picture from someone that I was in a relationship with, let alone some random. You get me? So
what has been on the other side? I guess maybe you could tell a story about. Tell us about the people that have been trying.
Like the nice ones?
Yeah, like the ones that are trying.
I mean,
and they're trying to do it the right way.
There are many of those. There are really respectful people. There are respectful men out there who do come at me like with respect, who genuinely will send me like on TikTok or whatever, like a genuine compliment, or they're cool. They're cool. Like, I respect you. But again, like, where's it coming from? You get what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, you don't know me. So like, you saying like, you know what you think you know about me because you're seeing, like, it's social media. Let's be real. Like, as real as I am in social media, how real is it? You know what I mean? You don't know me at home because I'm a whole different person, but there are good guys. Like, I had someone who is a really great guy. For some reason, always knows when I'm having like a bad moment. Mind you, doesn't live anywhere near here. Will send me like the right, like when someone just sends you like the right video or the right meme or like the right something at the right time. I'm like, yo, are you like around me that you're, but like cool people. I was sick, sent me like teas, like I respect that. Like, I'll respect that. I will give that more of my time and my attention than a lot of this other nonsense. You talking about my body or like these random things. Like, I'm not a kid. Like, that is not doing anything for me.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like, come on, let's be realistic.
We gotta do a speed dating event, Con. Might have to finally do it.
I know.
We were talking about it today. Maybe we switch it up. Maybe we do it here, but the food, you do the catering, and then we just.
I don't want to be the grand prize though.
You should just rate pickup lines.
I should what?
Happened?
Pickup lines? I could do that. I'll be like, are you serious? What?
You're not gonna be like the final day. Nah, you can't. You're just gonna host.
I'll be like, what? And you thought that was getting you somewhere?
Yeah, you'll be mad straight up on the mic.
Yeah, because I don't like that.
All right. Well, this was good. I appreciate you having me on.
I appreciate you, Joe.
Right?
I appreciate not having to talk to myself.
I got you. So maybe you think next week Tyra will be on?
We got to get Tyra here. Let's try and get it on a Wednesday night or it's got to be a Thursday when she gets out of work. Our schedule sucks. Me and her schedule sucks.
We'll figure it out.
Because when I'm not there, she's there. This week I worked with her 2 days, actually. Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm like, oh, gosh.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it. If not, maybe Ramon next week.
All you guys got to give me is like this much subjects and I'm good. But I can't. I'm talking to myself.
Well, it was good to, remember Cameraman here for all the comments.
For all you guys that come at him, that's the cameraman. Leave him alone. Leave my boy alone.
Nah, I think it's hilarious.
But thank you. Oh, and thank you for everybody who watched the first one. I think it's up to like 300 views. I'm really impressed with that. Like that's impressive to me. So stay tuned for second episode.
Yeah.
It's with Matt. He was really cool. He's a really cool person. He's a trainer. I still got to get in the gym, so we're not discussing that, but he's a trainer. That was actually a cool episode. And this one, clearly, come on, this is like old school here.
Yes.
But much respect for all you guys in my comments. Listen, I'm joking with you, but some of y'all, you gotta come do better. Do better.
Do better. I love it. 2025, do better.
Do better. Come on. You gotta do better here. So I will see you guys soon. Comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you guys follow my TikTok, my Instagram, my Facebook, and I'll talk to you soon.